Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unreal Engine 4 tutorial. In today's video I'm going to be going over a hard fall impact. So when the player falls a certain distance, they're going to play a particle and a sound effect when they land. So let me hit play and show you what we're going to make today. So I'm just going to climb up these stairs, jump off of here, and when we land you should see a sound effect and a particle like so. Now obviously the sound effect is just an explosion sound because I couldn't really find anything which sounded great, but I'll be showing you the fundamentals of it and how to actually create it. And you can obviously customize these to get it perfect for you, so changing the sound effects, changing the particles, all that stuff. But this is what we are going to be making today. So without further ado, let me delete this code and I'll show you how I've done it. So the first thing you want to do is, if you're going to be using the particle effect I'm using, you're going to want to download and import the Infinity Blade Effects pack off of the Unreal Marketplace, which is free, and I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. After that, we want to open up our character blueprint, which for me is content, third person BP, blueprints, third person character. And this is where we're going to be doing all of the code. So what we want to do is we want to check what the player's speed is, so we know if they're going to be falling hard enough, and we only want to be checking the speed when they're falling. So how do we do something when they're falling? We can right click and get event on movement mode changed. So whenever the movement mode is changed, this event is going to fire off. So we want to see if the player is falling. So we're going to come out of new movement mode and get an equal enum, and we're going to change it from none to falling. And we're going to put this into a branch, so hold down B and left click like so. So now when the player starts falling, we're going to come off of true of this branch. And so off of true, we want to start checking the speed. So we're going to create a new variable here, naming this one should loop, as we're going to check a loop to be constantly checking the speed while falling. And we're going to leave this as a boolean. We're going to set this off of true, and I'm going to tick it to also be true. Then this is going to go into another branch, so hold down B, left click to get a branch there, with the condition as the should loop, because we want to see if this is true. Now obviously this is going to be true, but what we're also going to do is right click and add a custom event, naming this check speed, and that is going to go into the branch, because this is now going to mean we can loop this. So we can call this custom event to loop it, and as soon as we set this value in this boolean to false, it's going to stop looping, because it will come out of false here and end the loop. That will make more sense when we finish off the rest of this code. And so to actually check what the player's speed is, that is very simple. Underneath this, we're going to right click and get velocity, which is going to get the player's velocity. And we're going to right click the return value, split the structure pin, as we only want to look at the Z value, because that is going to be the speed of them falling, so going down. Now when they're going down, it's going to be minus, so for example minus 700. So just to make it easier for us to work with, I'm going to make that a positive. So I'm going to get a float multiplied by a float, and I'm just going to multiply it by -1. Because again, this way, it's the same value, but it's positive instead of negative, just making it easier for us to work with. And out of this, I'm going to get a greater than or equal to float. And this value here is how fast the player needs to be falling in order for it to play this impact sound effect and particle system, or whatever else it is that you have on here. So I'm going to set it up to be 700. You can set this to whatever you like, so it could be 400, 700, 1000, again anything which you like. Now I believe 600 is just a normal jump, so I wouldn't recommend doing that, but obviously you can customize this to change the jump velocity, to change this value itself as well. Very easy to customize, you just change that value there. And this value we want to input into another branch. So we're going to hold down B, left click again, connecting that branch into the true of the first branch there, and a condition is that greater than or equal to. And true of this branch is going to be we are going fast enough, so we do want to play this hard impact. False, we're not going fast enough, so we're going to continue the loop to check the player's speed. So true, we're going to set should loop to false, because again that is going to end this loop, and it will also end the loop anyway because we're not going to call it again here, but it's always just good practice to do that. And then we're going to create another variable, leaving this as a boolean, naming this hard landing. So we now know that we do want to play the hard landing animation and all that good stuff. So I'm going to set true there, ticking it like so. So set hard landing, making sure it is true. And again, nothing after that, because we don't want to recall this function, because we don't need to continue checking the speed. But off of false, we do want to continue checking the speed. So we're going to hold down D, left click to get a delay, connecting that to false, and I'm going to set the duration as 0.01, just so it's continually checking speed very quickly. And completed, we're going to call function check speed, like so. So again, what's going to happen is if the player isn't traveling fast enough, it's going to call this function, which is going to go back into here, and as long as should loop is still true, it's going to continually check this. So again, get the player's velocity, make sure that their falling speed is greater than 700. If it is, perfect. If it's not, try again. So this is the first part of checking the player's speed, working perfectly. But now we also want to play this particle and sound effect if they are traveling fast enough. So doing that is very simple. We only want to do this when they land, so not while they're still falling. So again, we're going to use this event on movement mode changed. So we're going to come out of new movement mode again and get another equal enum. This time not changing it to falling, but changing it from non to walking. So when they land, they're going to be walking because that's the new movement mode. This is again going to go into a branch, so hold down B, left click to get a branch. This one connecting into false of the first branch above it. So when the movement mode is changed, if we're not falling, we're going to check to see if we're walking, because again, then we've landed. And if that's true, if we have landed, we're going to set should loop to false, so set should loop and leave it as false there, because again, we don't want to continue this loop here. And then after this, we're going to hold down B, left click to get another branch, with the condition of this one being our hard landing boolean we made earlier. Because again, now we've landed, we want to see if we were traveling fast enough, so if we do want to actually play this particle and sound effect, and again, all that good stuff which we want, and which you can choose to play yourself. So false, we're not going to do anything because we don't want to play it, but true, we are going to play it. And what I'm also going to do is to make sure that the particle system is always played on the floor. What I'm going to do is out of true, is get a line trace by channel. And this is just going to go straight down to the floor to find out where it is. So I'm going to right click and get actor location. So this is going to get the location of the player so we know where to start this line trace. So that will go into start. And where to end the line trace is just going to be straight down from the player. So we're going to come out of get actor location and get a vector minus a vector, just subtracting 1500 on the Z. So that way it is definitely going to go down and hit the floor. And we don't need to change anything else on the line trace itself. Out hit, we can break hit result, opening that up, and we're going to be using the location. Because again, the location is now going to be a location of the floor. So let's say you land on a little bump, or your character is a different height to mine, the location of the floor relative to the player will be different. So this is just an easy way to make sure that it always goes exactly where the floor is, so it's not off-centered and it doesn't look bad. This is just going to make sure it looks great for us. So out of the line trace by channel, we're going to spawn emitter at location, with the location again being a location from that break hit result there, like so. Everything else on here we can leave the same, and we're going to change the emitter template to the impact particle which I found earlier. Now if you're using the same one as me, what it's called is P_CIN_AUSAR player impact, like so. That's the one I'm using. You can use whichever one you want, so you can use this one, another one from this pack, or one of your own completely different ones which you found. Very easy to change and customize. Then I also want to play a sound effect, so I'm going to come out of this and play sound at location. The location again being the location from that break hit result, so it's going to be playing it on the floor of where the player landed. And the sound, I'm going to be using the explosion cue, because again I couldn't really find one for free anyway, which sounded great, so this one does work. And then we're going to set hard landing to false. So we've now done the hard landing, we're going to reset it so the player has to have fallen a greater distance again in order for this to work once again. So we can compile, save, and hit play to test this out. We're going to climb all the way up here. If we fall off, we should get the particles and the sound effects, so let's test that out. And as you can see there, that worked perfectly. And if I were to just jump here, we shouldn't get anything because we haven't fallen down far enough. And just to show you again, if I were to change this value, so let's set it to 400, I imagine this will work just when jumping, as you can see there. So this is the value you change to change how quickly or how far the player needs to fall in order for it to play all this stuff which you want, which again you can add upon if you'd like to. So I think that'll be it for this video, as we've done everything we want to do. We've made it so the player has to fall a certain distance or over a certain speed, and when they do, they're going to play a particle system and a sound effect when they land. And again, you can add more, take stuff away, or change it around completely to customize it perfect for you. So thanks so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed and I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe down below. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.